good day for the blues. I got that stormy Monday feeling from my head down to my shoes. When I woke up this morning, I see my baby ain't around. When I woke up this morning, see my baby ain't around. Now I heard it from a friend, there's been some bad things going down.
All right, chat. All right, chat. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? So today is exciting for a number of reasons. Number one, I have my keyboard set up. Diddly-diddly-dee, diddly-dee. Can't play it, honest. It's a So I'll be doing a bit of that. I've got a new microphone set up. You can see here. This is Sound Deluxe U195. You can let me know how it sounds. It's a condenser mic rather than a afternoon, Mr. Sean Harrison. It's a condenser mic rather than a dynamic, which I've been using so far. So you'll hear a wee bit more room ambience. But I needed to use this for a couple of reasons. The first one being was a really strange problem when I was setting up. I had the microphone. How do I get off live? I had the microphone set up behind the keyboard, and as soon as I turned it on, I got this buzzing noise, and I was like, "Oh no, what is that?" So I started replacing cables, looking around, turning. So it goes through a compressor, and let's move this so I can don't have to turn so much. It goes through like a preamp and an EQ and a compressor. So I was like bypassing them to see what it was. I thought maybe it's the digital desk. It turns out that was because the microphone was close to the power supply of this keyboard, this cable and the power supply in the back. It was buzzing. I didn't realize until I moved it out the way, and I was like, oh, it got quieter. So then what I tried to do was I tried to push the keyboard back. There's not so much room here behind it. I tried to push the keyboard back and put the microphone in the front, and I was going to play around it. Trust me, I've done worse in the past. But that didn't work. As soon as I put it in front of the keyboard, it started buzzing again. So I thought maybe it's just the shielding on the mic. Maybe I'll try switching out the mic. And I was considering trying a different mic anyway for the crack. So I grabbed the other mic, put it on the little stand, put it back here. It was buzzing a lot quieter, but still buzzing. So I fired it on a mic stand beside me because I had 2 minutes before the stream started. So you can let me know. You can let me know if it sounds okay or not. If not, well, you're tough. So yeah, this is a new microphone to me. I think it's probably about 15 years old. Handmade by a guy called David Bach in America. I've actually got one of his other mics, the Bach 151, which I use in so much stuff. So it's when I saw this one going secondhand, I had to snap it up. A sibling, you know, could be a twin, who knows. So at the moment you're listening to Eleanor Nicholson, a really, really good friend of mine. She made some absolutely lit songs. And I kind of went under the radar, so make sure you check out Eleanor Nicholson. Just really high-end, really exciting, really unique, incredible voice. But I've been chatting to a few friends over the last few days. One of them being Sean Harrison here in the chat. And I just thought it would be a good idea. I really enjoyed going through Abigail's mix last week, giving tips on mixing and editing and all that stuff. I just found it so much fun. I was on a high when I finished. It was a real adrenaline rush. I really like teaching, especially when no one's here to talk back. It's a lovely thing. So I thought, let's do more of that. But instead of just showing you mixes that have already been done, I thought, why don't I just let you come along for the ride? Because I thought, pre-COVID, if somebody came in here and sat behind me, like in that sofa where that keyboard's sitting, and wanted to hang out here while I was working, I'd be all over that. I'd be I'll talk you through it while I'm working, and there's no reason I shouldn't be doing that with you guys today. All right, Toby, how's it going? Toby's one of the lucky few to have worked in the studio with Eleanor as well, and it's really comforting to see him on Twitch. Toby has a really good Twitch channel too, by the way, especially if you like Among Us. Go check it out. Highlander Toby, there he is in the chat. What a legend. So, as I said, I've got my keyboard here. Thank you very much, Eleanor. That was lovely. So I've got two cameras, so I can switch. And just to show you that I'm not miming. So I've got just like a piano patch on. So the reason I've got the piano patch on, doing grand, lovely to see your gorgeous face and hair. Yes. Anytime you want to see my face or hair, Toby, just drop me a message. You get a selfie, first selfie free. So I've been having to compose for a few things. So I've been jamming out all morning on this, really. And there's something I've made, but I'm pretty sure that it exists. So I want to play it for you guys here. if I can remember it now, because I want you to go, oh, Keith, that is from this movie or that is from this advert, because it was in my head when I was trying to think of a melody. It was in my head, but I'm not sure if I'm ripping it off. That's the danger of these things. I've sent it to my musical friends and they're all like, yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, I've heard that before. But no one can say what it is. So I'd love to find out what it is so I can steer away from it or just make something new. So, right, is everyone listening? Have you heard this before? That's the general vibe of it. Like I've not gotten much further than that, but what do you think? Is it familiar? Scottish Blob is now following. Thank you very much, Scottish Blob. Thank you. Thank you so much. Snap on the McLear T. Oh, there it is. How cool a t-shirt is this? Isn't it fab? I love it. I love everything about it. I love the logo. I love the inclusive colours. I'll take it all. One of the best bands in the world. At the bottom of it sounds like John Lewis cover of Somewhere Only We Know. Don't know about the high-end melody. Ian Wilson says left-hand Adele. Yeah, we checked that out. It's not that close to Adele, but I know I wasn't 100%. Abigail, will you check Somewhere Only We Know to see if I ripped that off? In fact, let's just look at it together. Stop it. Let's look at it together. Toby, if you've got this. Somewhere Only We Know. John Lewis. Okay. No thanks. Not close. See how it's going. Play my own thing. What do we think? What do we think? Jamala Ma'id. It's a combination of them all. Does that make it mine? Does that make it good? I can take it now. It's all me now. In a court of law, would I survive? That is the question. Would I survive? Would any of you jump on my legal team, help me survive that nightmare? Okay, so let's get to work. Depends what it's for. We are going to jump on to Pro Tools. I'm going to bring this closer. 2 seconds. Aye. Just seems a little punchy. Thought I'd bring it closer. Turn it down. You hear a bit less hands. Your Honour, the defendant doesn't even know this John Lewis fellow. All right, John. Is it Slayer? Ah, that's what it is. Slayer. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. Pete and Diesel. I'm actually hanging out with the Pete and Diesel guys soon. I can't wait. We're doing some filming. Poor Boydie's been struggling away at home, recording all by himself with a recording setup I organised for him. You'll summon Kevin. Alright, Kevin, how's it going? He's here already. So Pro Tools is taking its sweet time to load. Must know we need it. So what we're doing today is my mate Iain, who's also on my record label, sent me a cover of a song he loved, and I was like, okay, record it separately, record the vocals and record the guitar, send it to me, and I'll put some piano on it. And then I thought, I might as well do this on stream. So that's the plan, if it ever loads. So I've done two single releases with Iain, and we're nearly finished the album. So I might as well take you along for that ride too. We can, I think the last thing we have to do is sort out some drums. If Pro Tools opens, look. So 2 seconds, I'm pretty sure I got a crash. Yes, Pro Tools has crashed. In task. So, I think. Oh, you know what? While we're waiting for Pro Tools to load, let's listen to Iain's tracks. Let's hop open. Let's watch the videos so you can see. Okay, so there's been two singles. One was a year ago. Man, where has the time gone? Where has the time gone? And one was nearly a year ago, maybe. So this actually was filmed by one of my best friends in the whole entire world, Sam Hart. Sam Hart. Sam has the most beautiful long hair you'll ever see, and we've been on tour doing some filming together and stuff. Just an absolute legend. One of my favorite people. So this is a kind of a funny video of the first track. Please enjoy. So the idea is this is him at his actual job. Engineering, electrical engineering, or just electrical, I don't know. And this is him dreaming about being a pop star.
I think about it all the time, all these thoughts running through my mind. This is all that it takes now, holding on till the morning comes. I wonder where it all went wrong, sitting way back there all on my own. If our future is half of this love, will it all be enough for a second? I can find the reasons why.
Let me know what you think. Modern synthy stuff. This has some mad 80s vibes under it, and I love it. It does to me anyway. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was going for. 80s synths. Lots of cool wee jokes in here. Descends into absolute madness. Don't take yourself too seriously. I think that's the real story here. Have a bit of crack with the boys. Notice the Boris Johnson style capo positioning. Nice scenery though. Authentic voice, yeah. Yeah, he sings like he talks, absolutely. Ah, it's only balloons, boys. It's sad. Lots of strings there. Provided by my pal Abigail. Drums by Rory Neal. And my mate Nick Hamilton on the guitar. The acoustic guitar, the electric guitar. Abigail's singing in the background too, if you listen carefully. Amazing drums. Just sick drums. Now hear that violin in the background. Haven't listened to this in a while actually, it's good. Yeah, there's loads of little funny things on here. Yeah, a bit of daydreaming at work. Who doesn't do that? There's lots of cool little things like you don't notice at first. Like here, there's an iron mark. You know, just gets sillier and sillier. Thanks for that, Mr. Wilson. How's Pro Tools doing? You live? Only one copy of Pro Tools can be run. Are we alive? Ah, she's loading. So let's look at run too. So this is the latest. Now I did this video and we kind of wanted to make it a bit more serious, a bit more arty, and we didn't have much time. Iain was up recording pre-lockdown, and yeah, we finished this track and we were like, let's do a video. And I think it would have been about 8:30 at night. And he was away the next morning on the ferry. So we had to think quick. So yeah, we just went on the sites around Stornoway and the roads made it look kind of like a city. And this is what we ended up with. A VHS style gritty bass drum. Why does it always feel like I was really keen on the old school BBC Alaba type lyrics along the bottom. I think this is the only one on the album with no acoustic drums. I think this is all me dippity-dabbiting away in the keyboard. Castle in the background, looks sick. Who likes the mix? It's the bottom of my parents' road. we only had a minute. We're gonna fly through it. Going down past Laxdale School, if you know your place. Places around Stornoway, boys and girls. It's cool. The distinction between the high and the low sounds makes it really full. Thanks, pal. Still cold after that. Were you cold that night, Iain? Oh yeah, it was snowing at one point, wasn't it? Hailstoning. Automated and used every technique I could think of in Premiere Pro with no plugins. Glitch effects and everything. I like it though. It looks incredibly rubbish. It's deteriorated. You could have found it in a box in your shed, you know. Big harmonies here. Larger, and then it cuts back down real tight. Round one more time. Gotta just opening up the high pass filters and them synths. Bam, 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 bam. Back down tight. Most bright of the hi-hats on that. It's like 3 different hi-hats doing different things, different textures. And then it goes 3/4 there. Check that out. So if you check the drum machine that I had, that I was playing about with, I changed it from 4/4 to 3/4 just for like 1 or 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4/4. Yeah. And back to 4/4. One more time for the people at the back. Cool little effect. The amount of time it took compared to what it did or didn't do, a little effect you probably would never notice. The trails and the vocals are good. Let me hear. Oh yeah. So there's a really clever technique I use a lot where I have the normal reverb for a voice that might last like 2 seconds. Between 1 and 2 seconds depending on the track. Well, maybe even less if you want it sounding authentic. But I also create another reverb that might last 30 seconds. So if you make one long noise, go and just tails off really gently. But the whole track is doing that. So by the time you hit something loud and that long reverb, you've got a whole muscle of track behind you. So it basically turns it into like a synthy kind of ambient sound of the key of the track. So you can feed in what you want. Like if you want more sizzle, you can put in more cymbals into that reverb. Or if you want less, if you want it just to be notes, you can just choose like the bass, the keys, the guitars, whatever. Shimmers, yeah, exactly. So that's really common on Iain stuff to give it that old vibe. You can kind of hear it there. Just goes off in the distance, has its own life, you know, has a good time. Okay, so I opened this up. I kind of got it ready, did my homework, got prepared for you lads and girls. So here it is. So Iain very kindly sent me this vocal track here, and he has also sent me a guitar track with his, I think it's in mono, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. It might just be recorded in mono. I think he only has one microphone at home, but I'll check it out. But let's listen to it as is, and we'll see how it sounds. See what we need to do. Lovely so far.
I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace that's under the sun.
Coastline by Hollow Coves. Does anyone know this song?
I feel my heart for the first
I've not heard it, and on purpose not going to go listen to it,
and now I'm moving on,
because I don't want to be influenced
moving on.
with what I feel like should be added based on what was done originally.
And there's a place that I've dreamed of, where I can free my mind. I hear the sounds of a season
Lovely.
and lose all
Really honest,
sense of time.
close, warm.
I'm moving far away
Till he's right close to that mic.
to a sunny place.
It's a Aston, which one is it? Origin, I think? What a spirit. Get that jet orchestra on it. Lovely vocal. Yeah, I agree. Haven't heard I Want to Run before this. Most excellent. I like. Thank you, Gonjo. Thank you very much, Gonjo.
The way it fills around
He's an absolute legend, yeah.
the fire
And
burns.
not only is he a great singer-songwriter, he is
This life will
an absolute beast on the bagpipes. He used to play bagpipes for my band Heron Valley, and he judges piping competitions every now and again. It's not easy to do, play bagpipes, especially getting that to that kind of level.
move with the
It's just a good friend. It's a good guy to hang out with. That guitar? Oh yeah, it means it there. So I'm going to do 2 things before. I'm not going to mix this till the end. However, I'm going to fix a couple of things that might distract me while I'm working. Cool. Yeah. Finish. So the first thing is the vocals are lovely, but it's just the type of microphone it is, the type of room he was in, how close he was to the microphone. It might have been kind of like that. I'm just going to thin it out a wee bit, because if I leave these bass frequencies in here that aren't going to be here in the end, it might influence the chords that I decide to play on here. Like I might do less low chords if I'm hearing it. If I'm hearing it clash with the voice. So let's move as we mean to carry on. Good space bar at the end. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to leave it in. It's a nice effect. It sounds like someone clicking stop at the end of a tape or something. It's in time. It's in time. Sounds great. So because the vocals and the guitar weren't recorded at the same time here, we can just get rid of most of this. But first of all, I want to kind of get it in time. Iain, since you're in chat, what's the BPM? What is the tempo for this tune? Do you have it in your brain? We can figure it out if not. In fact, we'll figure it out while you're telling us. So there's lots of ways to do this. I like to just to get I use an app usually because I'm on my phone quite a lot. It's so handy, tuning, timing, telling people to hurry up and get here, things like that. So I'm just going to play along with the guitar. Metro app's one I use. What'd you say? Yeah, 90. Yeah. That's what I got. Happy days. So Pro Tools is kind of funny compared to others. You have to know where things are way more than other DAWs, I think. So it's hiding up here. If you don't have it, see up here, my mouse is moving. If you don't have it here, you click here and then you choose it. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. And then you click plus here. But see, you have to be exactly where you want to change the tempo. See, if I change the tempo here to 90, it keeps the first part 120 and then it changes to 90, but we don't want that. So I'm just going to drag that 90 back to there. To get a click track is also a bit funny in a bit of a weird way. You have to go up here to track and then create a click track. And here it is down here. And I'm going to have that nice and low because I don't want people to leave the stream with click, clack, click, clack, click, clack in their heads. There you go. Sounds like it's in time to me. Well done, Iain. You exported that nice and clean, nice and well. Good job. Good job.
I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace there's under the sun.
When you get stuff sent to you to work on, do you have limitations on what people used to record programs like Reverb? No, not at all. I don't care what people have recorded with. It doesn't make a difference because a lot of the time I'm getting dry as it came out of the microphone recordings. So the only time it would get problematic is if people have put effects and stuff on that I don't want, or they've EQ'd it in a way that I can't really repair. But if you're getting it dry, people can record in anything. I won't know the difference. What you do notice is the room it's in or the microphone that's being used. That's the two main things. Or like the positioning of the microphone is a huge thing. If Iain's done such a good job choosing where this guitar goes, where the mic goes in the guitar, that's half the battle. In fact, it's easier to release a good record with good recording than good mixing. If you record it well, it's pretty much just icing on the cake and a couple of little problems here and there you fix. If it's recorded badly, you're trying to mask things. You're not putting something at a level that you want to put at because it's not it's not sounding great. So you don't want the not sounding great thing sounding loud. So you that's when you get limitations, things like that. So yeah, lucky we arrived at something nice and neat. So first thing I'm going to do is clean this up. So I'm just going to solo the voice and listen to the parts. Now in Pro Tools, you've got up here, you've got slip or grid. Grid goes to makes you stick to the grid like that, and slip you can go willy-nilly. So we're going to go to slip just so I can clean that up. And in Pro Tools, you have this thing called the multi-tool. All the tools are up here, but if you click this one in the middle, you get a draggy tool in the middle. If you go near the top, you get like a fading tool. And if you go near the bottom, you get like a hand grabber to drag. So it's all 3 in 1. So you don't need to use. It's something they came up with a couple of years ago. I'm sure everyone's familiar. So I'm just going to put a fade into here.
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an EQ in here. Now you can put any EQ in here. You can put your standard plug-in one here. The one that comes with Pro Tools is, I haven't seen it in a while. What is it? Here it is, I think. Yeah. So this is the standard one that comes with Pro Tools. I think it's the Air package. This is fine. I mean, this will still, you can still move stuff up and down and do what you want here. You can tune it here. I don't like the sound of it that much, and I find it a wee bit restrictive. Sometimes I want to do more, and it just seems a bit fiddly because it's a little small. I think it was designed for screens that were little at the time, but this is my boy Q3. So we're going to hit play and loop that round and have a listen to the EQ.
I'm leaving home for the coastline. I'm leaving home.
So you can see here, like if I go there,
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
these notes down here is what's getting me. So I don't want to get rid of the warmth, but I just want to tame it a wee bit. So I'm going to pull it down to there.
I'm leaving home for the coastline. I'm leaving home for the coastline.
So there's two ways to do it. You can do it like that, or you can do it like this.
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
So this is kind of like a new way of doing it. So it's not pulling down the EQ until the EQ gets loud there. But at the same time, I'm just going to put. So just raised up like 4 dB, all of the high end. So before, here it sounds like there's a pillow, like a pillow over it. And take the pillow off it. Now I might undo that a wee bit just by taste, but just because just now I want it closer to a final product, so it doesn't affect my choices on the piano.
I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace that's under the sun. I feel my heart.
So I'm just going to jam along with it. I better learn the chords while we're here.
And now I'm moving on. I'm moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of, where I can free my mind. I hear the sounds of the season and lose all sense of time. I'm moving far
I like that.
away to a sunny place.
If you want to play along,
where
B flat,
it's just you and me.
up to D minor,
Feels like we're
skip to C,
in a dream. You know what I mean.
hanging on the B flat. The key's in F major. So I'm not sure what I'll do. I could keep it simple, just in the beat, keep it going. You can let me know what sounds better. So this is option 1.
This life will keep us young, will keep
Just like low down.
us young.
Or we can do like a high up and then octaves at the bottom.
And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide.
This is what I would do if the mix was more busy. And I wanted to keep this whole mid, all these middle notes for all the other instruments. If I just needed to fill out the low and the high. Or we could be really busy with it. So there's options. So I with my youth I would hop straight on for the busy one. I'd be straight in. I'd be bang bang bang, busy, show off. Look at me, give me work, give me a job. Let me join your band, trying to make a name for myself. But as I settled into my mid-20s and especially my 30s, I realized a few things, especially with myself. Such music, such psychology. Like when you're playing music, it's your soul, it's your heart, it's your attitude. There's so much to it. I realized that the actual playing to look good, or the playing to show off, isn't the end. It's a ticket. It's a price of admission. You've got to get good enough to get in. But once you're in, that doesn't make you good. That what makes you good is understanding the vibe. It's understanding the other musicians, sacrificing your own ego for the good of the track, really. And I've learned that more and more working in this place, where incredible musicians come in with a dream, with a vision, and you can't overdo that. You can't change that. You have to take 2 or 3 steps back and support whatever they're doing, which may or may not make you look good. It might just be totally simple stuff. I had Abigail Pride's track open last week, and all I was doing was just this high-end octave thing here. I was just going just this through the whole track. I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? It's what the track needed, so that's all I played. And that's an important thing, like knowing when not to play. And I'm a big believer at very rarely playing at the high end of your ability. If you're playing exactly where you can reach and no more, it's really obvious that that's exactly where you can reach and no more. If you take 1 or 2 steps back and play it with passion and some heart, some feeling, nobody knows where you end. Like nobody knows where your ceiling is. And more importantly, I don't think anybody cares. People only know if they like it, if they don't like it, if it means something to them, or if it doesn't mean something to them. I know I like to listen to really complex stuff, classical stuff, dream theater, things like that. And I love it, to appreciate it for its complexity. But someone that doesn't listen to music might not appreciate that at all. In fact, it might turn them off. So, yeah, horses for courses. Simple and effective. Yeah, simple and effective. I mean, like a piano's a lovely instrument. It's a lovely instrument even if you're not playing it. Even if you're just letting it sing. Letting it ring. That's a good way to look at it. Quite eye-opening. Yeah, thanks, Open Horizon. Welcome back. Welcome back, one of my regulars. So that's so important. And you've got to remember that no matter what mood you're in. And there are times where I hit my limit, where I hit my musical limit, where I'm bouncing off the end. And it's only in a situation where I know that the people that I'm entertaining or the people I'm playing with don't care. It's party time. When I'm really enthusiastic, when I'm jumping all over the place, I I don't mind hitting the limit. I don't mind staying at the limit the whole time. In fact, I've done that lots of gigs, but only if it's great crack. Not if it's like the be all and end all of my playing. On this track, I'm hitting the root chords played with space in between for the guitar, maybe, Sean? Maybe pads under towards end. Just my scrambled thoughts. The vocal carries it. Okay, cool. Cool. So what I'm going to do as well is it's really tough to sing in tune when you're on your own at home. So I'm going to do a pass of Melodyne. Nothing too major. So this kind of replaces what I would have got out of Iain if he was here with me. But I'll show you how you do it. This needs to be transparent. It needs to be not overdone. So I'm just taking out these things here. I'm going to duplicate. I'm actually going to duplicate both the guitar and the vocals. And then I'm going to hide them. So if I mess up or I delete parts I shouldn't, things like that, which is known to be true, I've got a copy of them hidden in here. So this is all my channels here in the corner, and I've got some backups sitting there. And then it's when people record, they make noises with their mouth. So it's like those horrible noises. I used to have to zoom in and draw them out with a pen, but now I can just click this. So it's a mouth declick, gets rid of the clicks. Singing in tune with no one to correct you is deceptively annoying. Lol, I miss a lot of things myself. Yeah, I mean, it's common. I can't. It's really hard to judge these things, especially if we're recording for something like this where it's just for a video for the internet. So it's just like one pass. And normally with a record, you do 6 or 7 takes and pick the best phrase of each. And then you hardly need to tune it at all. But yeah, it's just a quick shortcut. If this loads, this may have crashed. Welcome to the world of audio editing, everybody. Crashed. Let me fix that while I'm chatting to you. So is anybody in here recording? Anyone done anything? Maybe I'll wait. I'll wait for it to respond. Toby, you doing any recording these days? Me and myself and Sean have planned to do some stuff, which is exciting. Maybe on stream too, if you're lucky. That has definitely crashed. I wonder if every stream on Twitch has like audio editing software crashing all the time. See, so I may have found, or one of my pals may have found. Does this sound like it? That's not it, Dan. No. They're all looking for it. They're all looking at bank adverts. Do you think it sounds like a bank advert? New band Greater Than Fear looking to record with Iain and Inverness. Oh, what a legend Iain is. What kind of band is it, Toby? Recommendation for a good reverb. Recommendation for a good vocal reverb. That would be good, using reverb. I've not used reverb, but I assume they use VSTs. The reverb I used all the time is Valhalla. There's two I use. There's Valhalla Room, which is one I use all the time, and Valhalla Vintage, which I use more kind of for effects or for old school stuff. While this is loading, I'll load up. So this is, honestly, I've struggled with reverb for 20 years, And yeah, this is the one for me. $50. It's just lush. It's lush, and there's no digital grit, which is what kills me. It's really just simple faders and stuff. You don't have to worry about anything, any nonsense. It hardly uses any what's the word? Resources. So you can fire it on loads without worrying about your computer. Just give it up to the ghost. How's the new microphone sounding? Close enough to the other one? I've got it going through a Warm Audio WA273 with EQ. So I've got the high pass filter all the way up at 160, and I've pulled down the bass a wee bit. Most excellent advice, thank you. You're very welcome. Toby, nice and heavy, metal with tinges of my Meatloaf operatic influence and lots of growling. But we also have a ballad-esque time with me on acoustic. Toby, I think if you were in a band without doing Meatloaf operatic stuff, you're not in the right band. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you live again soon. Hey Keith, how are you running the I/O in the studio? Are you using the X32 as full I/O, or are you running external AD device? Yeah, so at the beginning of lockdown, I had a Focusrite thing, but I ripped it out and sold it. And I'm using this as my interface. I have a Midas Venice F32 over there. So the reason I'm using the X32 is the P16M personal mixers are really handy. So this was my live desk. There's no gigs, so I fired it in here and made it part of the studio. And everyone in the studio can use these mixers, 60-channel mixers, to make their own mix, which is gives them a lot of confidence. So I use that, but I'm rarely using the preamps or anything in there. I've got the Warm Audio preamps, I've got some DAV preamps, and I've got the 32 channels of the Venice preamps. The good thing about the Venice as well is it's got the EQs, so you can muck around with it before you print it. I've got some compressors as well, like my favorite here is the 1176, which I use for most things. Just on the way in, just to get it sounding good on the way in, so I don't have to do much once it's there. Yeah, so I'm using it. It's working quite well as an audio interface. The latency's fine. The drivers are solid. I've got my own personal mixer here. I'm not using it to control Pro Tools or anything. I just leave that to my mouse. I had I didn't hear any difference between I didn't hear any difference between the analog to digital conversion on this compared to anything else I used. So I just fired it in and away I went, making some good music. I've actually got the two digital snakes as well, but I'm not using them much. Using them more for live. And what I'm using live for the little things that I'm doing is the XR, the 18 channel one, and I just run it off my iPad. Nice and easy. The gigs these days are more like maybe 3 people into a radio station, or a VO into like recording some stuff for TV, where it's mostly camera stuff, but I just need an interface, things like that. Excuse me, everyone. Pro Tools is really having a problem. Looking forward to seeing the boys live again. Derek has done a great job with the recording, hasn't he? It's weird for me to hear, obviously, but digging what they've done with the tunes. Yeah, Toby. Toby's talking about the Broken Ravens, an incredible local band, and their guitarist Derek jumped onto the recording. So he got an interface, some microphones, some monitors, and he's just a natural talent. He just knows that genre inside out. He knows it so well, and what he's making is full of character. It's really nice. The P16s are great. I tried X32 into Logic, but getting really low input. That's really strange. That's really weird. No, this is I've been solid. What is this? I wonder what it was saying in the meters when you hit the meters. I mean, it is this Behringer, so maybe one unit is vastly different to another. My one's one of the early ones. I got it as soon as it came out. And it's been... I think one thing went wrong with it. Some of the preamps were crackling. Just like 3 out of the 32. So I wrote on a sticky note, three channels do not use. But now because I've had it in here in the studio for a year, they're fine. So I'm thinking it was like a condensation issue in the back of the van. I just want to see all you island legends performing again. Yeah, I'd like to see some island legends performing too, to be honest. I'm going to gig so much. See if people are coming to gigs after this. I'm going to play so much music. I will play with anybody, anywhere, anytime, any night, for any amount of money. I will play. I've been playing music since I was 14. So since I was old enough to be without my parents, it's been me and my keyboard. And it's been the entirety of my life. So while we're waiting for Pro Tools again, I had an extra 5 months without it, so it's going to be hard for me to say no to any gig. Yeah, Discussions Dramash 2021 at present. Hopefully we can run it. 21. What month is it? September. That would be a riot. That would be an absolute riot. So as well as recording in the studio and stuff, I do recording, like filming. So since Sean's in the chat, since Shawnee Boy's in the chat, we're gonna watch one of them. Sean, which one will I put on? So Sean's band recorded in Atlanta, our local arts centre, and I filmed it and recorded the audio and mixed it. And we were chatting last night. It was the text messages, and he was saying, and we were just chatting about like what was on the mix and stuff, and I was like, oh, that can be one of the streams. So I'll bring it up in a second. I just need 2 seconds, everyone. Which one, Sean? Endless Wave. All right, here it is. Here it is. So let's watch this together. So I think this was filmed with some Sony A7 cameras. This is all one take. So we didn't do multiple takes. I don't think. I can't remember. So we had a few camera operators. I think I was on a gimbal on the stage moving around. And I think I had Eleanor, who was my employee at the time, out front. Multi-tracked it down. And here it is. One of the projects we were doing, Hebridean Sessions. Trying to get some good content for the local bands so they could get some exposure, get some gigs, get traveling, have some fun. Nice guitar that. Is it a Mexican, Sean, is it? Look at that shot. Look at that shot. That could be Wembley. That could be Glastonbury, couldn't it? It could be anything. Think we need a wee studio sessions on Twitch? Yeah, absolutely agree, Jamie. That'd be a gig and a half. I know Sean will be up for it. He's here anyway. Very cheap Mexican. Well, sounds good to me. So Sean was worried. Sean was saying, "Don't show the autotune on the stream," but I can tell you, Sean, there's no autotune in this. This is you. Andrew giving it stacks with the gloves. Some bands are meant to be live, you know. Sean's influences are go to a gig and put your hands up and close your eyes kind of audiences. So I'm trying to look for microphones. Give me some hints of what was going on here. It was a few years ago, so it's hard to remember. What a legend. I think the bulk of it would be the falsetto was cracking, isn't it? The first time Sean was in the studio, I made him go up high like that, and he was not comfortable. But by the second time he came in, boy, he was giving it loudly. Yeah, I think microphones, I think the bulk of it was like your standard SM57, SM58 on the vocals. Can't remember what was on the drums. Jason's a fantastic guitarist as well. Good live sound. Good live sound. And what I like about the arrangement is there's levels. There's levels. Like, we're about to go up again. There we go. It's hard to get energy and nothing being in a clashy way that makes your eyes close. Sweet, but also sounds like the apocalypse, you know? Like a sweet apocalypse. There's your next song title, whoever wants it. Braver. Jason. Wee baby Lotta there giving it stacks on the bass. Really confident bass player. Really, really good to record. See, these are musicians, right? Everything is way harder than it looks here. That was done on a Wednesday afternoon in the middle of Stornoway. This is an edit to the arrangement. The original arrangement. Sick riffs, look! What else do you want? I think you might be an Iron Maiden fan. Not 100%. F minor. That could be anywhere, eh? Could be any stage in any place in the world. good as anything. As good as any band. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah. She's alive. Right, back to Iain. Well done, everyone. Well done, Mr. Haddison. A round of applause. Round of applause. So here we are. Back to it. So luckily I'm really busy with Control S. Me and Control S, we're like tight. We're tight. Me and Control S are like, we've been homies for a long time. Every time this crashes, my brain goes, you didn't save it. There's another part of my brain goes, we've been through this 100 times, Keith. You've saved it every time. And even then I was like, I hadn't saved it. These guys are going to have to watch me do stuff again. They're going to leave the stream. It's okay. We're back here. I done it. Sean says, I always liked how live you made it sound. Yeah. Cheers, man. Cheers. That's important. I remember with these sessions being given the smoke machine to piss about with. I think on Rosie's stuff especially. It was amazing to watch the process with everyone. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice communal thing, huh? Like what is a local music scene if you never get to go together and do stuff with each other? Like having the singer of the other band chokey with smoke, fab. Like to have that kind of connection and trust with the bandmates. Like why else would we be doing it? Like not for money, obviously. So I'm gonna put the EQ down to the second channel. The first thing I'm going to do is Melodyne. And with Melodyne, you have to open it, hit record, play it through. Then it figures out what's what. So you hit this button, transfer, and then you hit play, and it records it. So we'll turn it down a bit so we don't have to listen to it a million times. So you just go through it real time like this. There are plugins that do this without you doing this and do it with, so you don't have to edit it. I say avoid them. Avoid them. Get ones you can mess around with. Get ones you can tune perfectly and get good at it. Make it transparent. The extra half an hour's work it takes, it'll make or break your song, you know. Mike has a bad habit of leaving that smoke machine on and going for a coffee. I'm going to say that is an absolutely intentional thing, Jamie. That guy wants to see his lights working. That's happened. That guy wants to walk into that place like it's a huge gig. Yep. Bless him. What would Atlanta be without Mike? What would Atlanta be without Mike? That guy is the heart and soul. That guy is the exact vibe of that place. Can't do enough for you. The answer to every question is yeah, sure, yeah, no bother. Just a delight to work with. Really, really, really good dude. So Mike's, people that aren't from here don't know Mike. Mike is the sound engineer, well, technical engineer. He does lots of things in our local arts centre in Atlanta, which is where that was filmed. Sean's thing was filmed. And any chance I have to work with Mike, I'd jump at. Absolutely. Wonder what the original sounds like. I wonder if it'll sound like what we end up with. So after this, I'm going to put a macro on it. A macro setting, all it does is it slips the notes closer to the center of the note. But it's not perfect. Like sometimes it thinks two notes are one note and it just puts it to the wrong note. Or if Iain's closer to the wrong note than the right note for a second, it might choose the wrong note. But I like doing that first because then if it's chosen the wrong note, it's really obvious. And you just slip the computer errors to the right place. Right, that's it. So here we go. Melodyne, I equally hate and love Melodyne. Melodyne has the worst zoom in and zoom out function ever. You can go up here, hold the mouse down and go here and do it this way. Or you can do it down here and hope that you get the end correct and pull it in and out like that. And sometimes when you just want to drag it along, you end up zooming and you're like, ugh. So what I like doing is scroll up and down to go up and down, but hold shift and scroll left and right. Even then, it's not perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to edit, select all, and then macros. So that's your auto tune. We're going to go to correct pitch, and this one up here, pitch center, that is the one that chooses where the notes go. So you'll kind of see them moving around here. So I'm just gonna put it to 100. If anything's really glaring, we'll hop back into Melodyne and sort it out. And then once I'm finished doing the arrangement of the song and I'm mixing, that's when I'll go back through and I'll solo the track. Usually with reverb, the tail of the reverb gives me longer to think about which note, if the note is in tune or not. And I'll go back through and I'll make sure that everything's kosher, make sure everything's kind of in time, sounding in tune, sounding good. Melodyne actually puts stuff in time as well. So if something's out of time, you can drag it left or right, which is handy, but it's hard to see. See if you're melodyning like a double bass and you wanted to join with a kick drum, for example, it's hard to see. See here, it's easy. Imagine this is a kick drum and this is a bass. It's easy to see if they're together, but if you're in the Melodyne program, it's hard to see that. You can't see that. So you're just kind of going by your ear, which might not be a bad thing, but sometimes it's nice to be able to see. It's a lot quicker. So let's see if it's way off first.
I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace that's under the sun.
Yeah, not too bad. It's pretty transparent. Usually the worse you sing, the less transparent it is. So.
And now I'm moving on.
Lovely. Okay, so I could probably take more low end out of it, but I'm going to leave it just now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a reverb on both. This isn't the mixing stage. This is for my inspiration. This is me being me being picky. I just wanted to sound nice before I start deciding what to put on it. So again, Pro Tools is a bit of a pain with auxes and routing and stuff, but once you've learned it, it's pretty easy. So we're going to go for stereo. Mono means 1, stereo means 2. My mate John O'Mono can only hear it with one ear, so that's why I called him Mono, which stuck, which is my favourite ever nickname for anybody ever. I actually had his little brother and sister in a tutorial session in school once, and I said, put your hands up if you know what mono means. And of course his little brother and sister put their hand up, and mono means you've got one ear. And I was like, yeah, close enough. So we're going to call this one Reverb. A tidy project is a happy project, so always name stuff. Now I'm going to put Reverb on the second one here, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to go for Valhalla Room, like I was explaining. I'm just going to leave it at default just now. Mess around with it later, maybe 2-second delay. This is the biggest thing here. Like, what's the delay doing? And it's cutting off the high to like 8,000 hertz. But the only problem with this one is it doesn't have a low cut. So because everything's in this reverb channel here, whatever you put in the reverb channel has to go through everything. So I'm going to pull up an EQ, and I'm going to get rid of the low end. Let's make it a low cut. I'm going to get rid of the low end, like anything 151 and below, and I'm just going to do my own high end one, probably more than 8. So all the only thing that's going to be having reverb is the middle, not the high end, because I don't want the S's to go and not the low end because I don't want it to get muddy. This is a bluegrass, traditional Scottish, traddy wooden technique, like Abbey Road kind of designed it maybe. That's what I like doing. It's my starting point. Doesn't mean I won't get loads of reverb for a sub later on, or I won't get a reverb for some high-end guitar glistening stuff, but it's a good starting point. Then once you've made this, you have to choose your input. So I'm just going to choose bus 1, 2. Then here in the sends, that's what you send to the reverb now. So I'm going to go to bus 1, 2, and then you get a fader. So how much of this reverb do you want? How much of this track do you want to go to the reverb channel? So that's none. And that's loads. So that's what it sounds like. So that's obviously way too much. So I'm going to
feel my heart for the first time.
And this technique here of getting rid of the lows and the highs is the quickest way of getting a professional reverb sound that doesn't grab your attention. It just textures what you're listening to. So I'll also copy this over to the guitar one.
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
I'm going to take a wee bit low end off. It's hard to know if it's the headphones because they're right beside my ear. If I'm heating the low end weird.
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to take it.
Someplace this under the sun.
I'm actually going to give him a low cut as well because there'll be frequencies in the low end we don't even need.
I feel my heart for the first time.
That's fine. I'm going to listen near the end for when the guitar gets loud, see if that'll be distracting.
I'm moving far away.
Okay, we'll have to play a wee bit there so it doesn't overtake the voice. In fact, I'm going to put the voice up a wee bit to 0. So, I think... Lovely. So, here's a problem. So I'm recording MIDI, but because there's a delay when I hit this, and it goes into the computer and it comes back out and then plays the keyboard again. So we have to tell it to shut up. Nord stage 3, channel 1. There we go. Sorry about the angle. I just thought of getting another camera just 10 minutes before the stream, and I've just thrown it on some books beside my keyboard. But isn't the Nord lovely? I've never had a keyboard that you can play so thoughtfully. What is up, Eleanor? Welcome back to the studio. How's it going? Say hi in chat. This is Eleanor. We were looking at some of your work actually earlier, Eleanor. Some stuff we filmed and listened to one of your tracks, I think. So I'm gonna play along with this. I can't remember the chords, so I'm just gonna mess around. See how I feel. I'll let Iain do his thing first for the intro. Don't want to steal his thunder. He's been learning these chords, you know. Learning these chords in the guitar. Maybe I'll come in the second verse. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
Hi, Eleanor.
Someplace this under the sun. I feel my heart for the first
What's hard to remember is the D minors.
And now I'm moving on.
I'm going to start really simple.
Moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of where I can free my mind. I hear
The Snow Patrol, is it?
sounds of the season and lose all sense of time. I'm moving far away to a sunny place.
Wasn't sure what to do there. So I'll come back round, and if you see here on the live channel, I can just hit it just before. The only problem is the MIDI. But I'm not so concerned about the MIDI, to be honest. The MIDI is if it's a really hard piece. See the slightly different chord just before the second verse. Is it worth coming in early on that? Let's have a listen, Toby.
I'm moving on.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. So let's do that.
I feel my heart for the first time. And now I'm moving
It's not C, it's B flat, everybody. I'm not going to bother with the MIDI. Sure I'll be able to play this.
And now I'm moving on.
Here we go.
Moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of where I can free my mind.
I kind of want to change it. I could end the G there. Let's see how it feels.
And now I'm moving on. I'm moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of where I can free my mind. I hear the sounds of the season and lose all sense of time. I'm moving far away.
I'm going to change there. So I'm going to stop doing that. And I think I might just do. Okay.
Sense of time. I'm moving far away to a sunny place.
So relearn the chords first.
Sense of time. I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Maybe drop the high.
This summer air.
Let's have a listen, Toby. Let's have a listen. Toby talks to me like I listen to lyrics. my head's filled with chords. Let's find where that lyric is, and we can have a listen back to see if it sounds okay.
And there's a place that I've dreamed of where I can free my mind.
Hope Iain likes this. Sounds nice to me.
I hear the sounds of the season and lose all sense of time. I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's
Yeah,
just
good point.
you and me.
I'm going to leave it though because his guitar keeps driving, and I don't want to.
Know what I mean.
I don't want to pull out when he's doing that. If we both pulled out, it would have been nice.
This summer air by the seas.
Okay, now for the happy hardcore beat. Now I kind of want to do something different. So I had. Maybe I should be like. Let's get a bit more busy.
This summer air by the seaside. The way it fills our lungs. The fire
I don't want to go too far from the guitar.
sky. This life will keep us young. Will keep us young.
Just a small. That one. Yeah, that's a cracker.
You know what I mean.
Just gonna do big chords.
This summer air by the seaside, the way it fills our lungs, the fire burns.
Nah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Much more. I'll let the guitar do the rhythm.
You know what I mean. The summer air by the seaside, the way it fills our lungs, the fire burns in the night sky. This life will keep us young, will keep us young. And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will keep us young. And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide. And we will wake in the morning and do the sun.
Back of the hooky part. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, but I don't think it should be the piano the second time round. I think something else should do it. Maybe like pizzicato, or like a harp or something. I think it should evolve. That's my thought. We'll see what it sounds like.
And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving far away
Let's build up.
to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Let Iain take it. Your old man's hanging over my shoulder watching. What's up, old man? What is up? I told you I was working. So, just blend in the takes so people think I'm an amazing pianist and did it all in one go. So I think that's it for the piano. If this was a mental thing that we were releasing, spending a year on, I'd do a few. I'd bring it to Iain. What do you think? Should we do this? Should we do that? Or he might even be here, or these days probably Zoom call him, see what he thinks. So what we're going to do is another instrument. There's a bit of vocals here that kind of went out of tune that we need to fix. The guitar is sounding pretty good. So what it is he does have one microphone, but that's two guitars. He's played it twice. Once on the left and once on the right.
Fill the sky. I'm moving far away.
I think. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's one guitar. Recorded in stereo. How did he do that? Clever boy. Okay. So, what next? What instrument should we fire on this? Oh, I should explain what I did there, shouldn't I? So, if something is exactly the same, if you've got a stereo channel like this, right, and you're not sure if it's a stereo, if it's two microphones or one microphone duplicated, if you put both of them in the center like that, right in the middle, and then you reverse the phase. That's why I brought up this plugin, because you can reverse the phases. So basically, if it's an electrical signal that's pushing the speaker out, you reverse the phase. So instead of pushing the speaker out, it'll pull the speaker in. So if you've got two things and they're both doing exactly the same thing, if it's one microphone, then if you reverse the other one, it'll do the opposite, which means the speaker won't move, because that, like, -1 and 1 makes 0, right? So it'll just not move. So if you have something that's just duplicated and you invert the phase, it'll go silent. So I was just checking to see if it was steady or not by doing that. Clever, huh?
Where I can free my mind.
Pad?
I hear the
Let's get some life in here. So I've been using the sounds. The sounds of this Nord. And Nord actually has some lovely, like, some cool noises, man. But we're not going to use it. Why? Because I want to bring in some plugins to show you the difference. So I'm using actual hardware, and I have more synths than I've had hot dinners in my life, and I love it. I love the hands-on feel, and I don't think anything can replicate an old synth, and I don't think the plugins can replicate the love and money that's been spent on making a Nord a good instrument, the feel of it, the samples and everything. So I mean, it's close. But it depends what you want. There's more options in plugins, obviously. You can get there really, really quickly. So I've got loads and loads of instruments here. I'm going to pick one to get a pad out of. What should I pull in? I could go really 80s, like a Yamaha DX7, or I could go 70s. We could go even older. I don't want to have there's two types of synths. Well, there's loads, but the two main ones, like a monosynth with just one note at a time, which is good for bass frequencies or treble frequencies for leads. So basically bass, where it's thick, or high, where it's fast. That's when solo stuff is good, mostly. So what will I pull in? There's a Jupiter. See, I don't want to bring like an incredible synth that has too many options, too many notes. I kind of want one we play with as well. I don't see. I could bring in a DX7. I'll show you just now. Actually, where did I put that? I should have made a new channel for it. I'll move it along ones and loads. So you could do everything in the box. In the box is what they call it, just working in a machine. So you could create all your drums, all your synths, all your guitars. You could do absolutely everything just with a computer, and a lot of people do. And it's incredible. Or you could go completely out of the box where everything's real life. All the EQs, preamps, instruments, everything. I've kind of got a hybrid thing going on where I do a bit of both. No, thank you. Okay, I should have made an instrument channel for this. So, stereo instrument channel. I'm going to call it synth, because I haven't decided which synth yet. Was really cool. What was that really cool patch box you had back in the day where you turn the wheel to move through the patches? Oh, that was the Yamaha. It's like a workstation in a box. Was it what was it called? No, I still have that upstairs. But when I was moving it once, the plug was in the back and it kind of moved and it snapped. So inside, like the plugins, I need to get it fixed. Is it the ES rack? Aye, that was it. The Motif Rack ES. That's the one, Sean, isn't it? That's the one. Does this look familiar? Cool wee beast. Okay, so let's pull that over there to the right, into the right channel. The correct channel. And So this isn't going to work until I hit this channel to arm it. And there it is. So this is an emulation of a Yamaha DX7, a keyboard that I hated my entire life, but now I absolutely adore. It's funny how things become cool after a while, isn't it? I just hated it. It sounded really cheesy in 80s to me, but now cheesy in 80s is like exactly what I want. No, it's some cool stuff. I'm not sure if it's correct for Iain's song at the moment. See what I mean? How could anyone use that? It sounded kind of real back in the day, but what I love about this one is the bass synths. It was really a gow gow gow. You know what I mean? It's cool something. Okay, not correct for this. I want like a warm pad. Oh, and the DX7 is more clickety clunky and crunchy than warm. Instrument, right? What are we going for? The CS80. I said I wasn't going to go for something complicated. This is pretty much as big and as complicated as it ever got. I'd like to go one of these. I wouldn't have a clue how to use it. Would you like a tour? No, thank you. Oh, did I go yes? No. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, go away. Just did that then. Okay, so let's start with a preset. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? It's got that tape warble going on. Might be too sci-fi. It's pretty what's the word? Blade Runner. Yeah, it's too much. It's too big. We just need something really simple. Okay. I have a Juno 6 beside me, and before I had the Juno 6, this was my favorite plugin. So this is a emulator of the Juno 6, and it sounds absolutely nothing like it, but it's still good to use. How's the keyboard hooked up to the PC? Never seen that before. It's just a USB cable. In this one, it's a USB cable straight into a USB port. However, before that, it was a MIDI cable going into the back of my interface. So, and then you just choose it. Really simple. That's really cool. That's how you get all these cool. That's how you can play around with all these cool things. So, I know how to use this. So let's make it a bit warmer. So that's just getting rid of the high frequencies. Pulling it down. But I don't like... See how it comes off really quickly? We're going to fix that by adding more release. Needs to be an envelope. See how it works? It's super sharp. Let's do this. Round it off. Now, if we want this to be a pad, I don't want it to hit straight away. So this one here is called attack, and it'll ease us into it. So I kind of want it to be like an organ, really. I think we can take a wee bit more of the top end out. Cool, pretty too simple setup. No, yes, really easy. And if anyone has any problems or anything, just get in touch. Give me a voice, give me a phone, give me a video call and walk me through it. I'll tell you what you've not pressed or pressed. So this is kind of a really simple synth. This one's really good, the high pass filter. So that gets rid of the low end. So you can get rid of the low end and high end and not have much at all. You can add noise, which you can't really hear because it's low end. Or we can see this one here is like an octave lower. So I'm not sure if we want that or not. Yeah, that's really Juno-y. Now, this is where the magic is. See this one here, where it says chorus? Type 2 quick words, wrong way around. Yeah, I thought it was my brain going funny. This one here, the chorus. This is the magic. So let's hold a chord. In fact, does it have the arpeggiator? Yes, it does. So let's put that on. And let's speed it up. So that's going through 6 notes. And listen to the difference. Listen to that difference. That's off. And then suddenly that makes it less lush, makes it 3D. This is why this keyboard sold so many. Just lovely. So let's play around with that now without the arpeggiator. So the arpeggiator, what that does is I can just hit some notes and it'll play around. See if I go up and down, we can do some sort of like Stranger Things thing. That's kind of how they did it. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to take the arpeggiator off so we can actually play. After doing all that, this might not suit this song. But I might save the preset for something else, you know? So I started the piano with a low octave. Now, the decision I have to make just now is, do I want to have no low end until that moment? Hi, enjoying the stream. Got on in the background while I work. Oh, thank you, Fiona. That's very kind. That is very kind of you. So, yeah, the decision is, do I want low end before there? Do I want that to fill a gap that has never been? Or do I want to introduce this for it to flow into?
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
So this is what I'm sending. This is what I played.
I feel my heart.
Let's see if it's too much before the piano comes in.
And now I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Yeah, this shouldn't be there. I think it should be there, but not until here, into the middle of the song.
The summer air by the seas.
Because I do a really loud low end, so I want that to sustain it. I want that to be an extra level lower, not give away the spoiler, you know, before we start. However, what do we want? Like a high thing with reverb. Let's put some reverb on it. I think it's a bit thick. So let's thin it out with some EQ. Let's see if that fixes my problem. Still a bit sharp, so I'm going to pull down the... There we go. Tiniest of margins there. Let's see what that sounds like. I'm not so sure. think I'll wait until.
Dance away to a sunny.
So that's the chorus.
I hear the sounds of
So that's the verse. So I think it's the chorus here. Introducing the chorus just to let people know. Hey, this is the chorus.
time. I'm moving
Yeah, let's do it there. But I'm just gonna do
and lose all
up in this register, not down here yet.
sense of time. I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me.
So I've decided to play this. So it starts with a B flat, and I've decided to do the D on the right hand, but then moving up to the F. Just gives a wee bit of movement, and it means I don't get busy with the chords. I don't want it to sound too much like an organ by doing like big full chords with thirds and everything.
I'm moving far away
Follows the vocal too.
to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Okay, so here's the part I played. B flat and D. And then what I'm doing is the melody goes up to the F. Then I hold the F here when I change to a D minor chord. And then you've got thirds, so it's a D and an F. So then the next chord is a C, so I bring them both down a note. All notes are the chords that I'm playing, but just one at a time, you know. Thanks, Iain. You happy? Happy enough so far, my friend? And then I pulled off right at the end so that this gap here is a gap.
Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Then I'm going to come in with the sub.
This summer
The idea of this synth is I don't want people to know it's there unless they're listening for it. I just wanted to fill and have it change the texture, change the vibe. I'm going to go fifths with the right hand, see if it works.
the summer air by the seaside. The way it
Yeah, nice and warm.
fills our lungs.
There won't be the slide in the mix, just so I can hear it.
Night sky.
D minor, I think.
This life will keep us young, will keep us young. And we will sleep
That's
by
back
the
there.
ocean.
Keep it simple.
Our hearts will move with the tide.
Okay, so that time it goes straight to the D minor. So I'm just pulling this back to get rid of my wrong notes. Joining back in.
And we will
Ha, wrong start.
sleep by and we will sleep by the ocean.
Straight to D minor.
Our hearts will move
See?
with the tide.
I'm going to go up higher with this
And
This right hand now.
wake in the morning.
Oh, I did the wrong note. Keep going to B flat instead of F.
And we will sleep
B flat.
by the ocean.
Straight to D minor.
Our hearts will move with the tide.
And higher with the right hand.
Wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving far away to a
This chord, lovely.
sunny place
I don't say so myself.
where it's just you and me.
So kind of building and then just bring it back gently.
Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
So I came out there a bit awkwardly, but I think I like it. I think it kind of suits it. Let's hear.
to a sunny place.
I can double click and look at the notes.
Where is this you and me? Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Or I can.
Feels like we're in a dream. Feels like we're in a dream.
Just checking if it's a C or a D there. I think it's a C.
Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Off. Let Iain finish it off. All by himself. Cool, huh? So if there's any... The cool thing about this is when you're doing plugins, you're working a MIDI, so you can grab any of these notes, pull them to anywhere you want. Later or sooner, or you can copy them a million times. You know, you can actually build a whole thing from here.
I'm moving far.
So that's what it sounds like. Love it. Sounds like the 80s. So one thing I want to do now is I want to get the bum 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 on the second verses, the second batch of verses. Thank you, Mr. Harrison.
Summer air by the seaside.
Subtle, huh?
The way it fills
Now,
our lungs.
I'm really liking this piano part, but I think it needs to be more distant. Especially these high notes. Let's get busy with some reverb. Is that better? Know what I mean? Make it sound more real. See, it sounds in context with it. That part.
Summer air
Yeah.
by the seaside.
Split the difference.
The way it fills our lungs. The
Reverb is
fire
so
burns in the night sky.
such an important tool. So you've got left and right sorted. That's panning. You've got distance sorted. That's volume. So the stuff that's loud, you will be close to you. Your brain decides this, and then stuff that's quiet will be far away. Reverb is a trick to change all of this, and it can give a faraway texture with a close sound. So you can have something prominent that you can really hear, but it tricks your brain into thinking it's further away because, for example, if I'm really close, you don't hear much reverb. But if I go back here, you can kind of hear the sound of the room. So that's adding the reverb kind of gives you a trick of it going further away, but you can have it closer. So we're using it more as an effect just now because we want these high notes to be bouncing around a different room to what Iain's singing in.
The summer air by the seaside.
You know, he's so warm,
The way it fills.
and the piano is like flying. It's kind of what I had in my head when I was deciding what notes to play, or more importantly, how many notes to play. So the two more things I want to do. One is the bonga bonga. I'm going to reintroduce that with a different instrument. Then I'm going to try this bit here when the transition happens.
Know what I mean. The summer air by
So when
the
that comes in,
seaside.
I want like a. That's my plan. We'll see if it fits. Okay, so let's put a new instrument in. Stereo instrument track, and we'll call this Biz for Pizzicato. And I'm going to use is Labs here? What is Labs under? So I've got a few plugins I acquired over lockdown that I haven't had much time to work with. I was looking here. So because this is just a bit of a laugh, just for a video for the internet, I get to use plugins that I haven't used rather than plugins. I know how they work, and I know exactly what I'm going for. So this is experiment time, and I'm bringing you all along with me, kicking and screaming. So anyone in chat, please say hello. Please get involved. Let me know what you've been up to. Just say hello. Say where you're from. Where are you streaming me from, and on what device? And what work are you avoiding? If you are, you might be doing both. Multitasking. I'd hire someone that can multitask, that's for sure. So, what PC specs are you running in the studio? Okay, I've got two PCs. One of them is for audio. That they're both Intel i7s. Don't ask me what frequency or anything. Who knows? You're in Calgary, Alberta. S.A. McClay, do you watch hockey? Do you watch ice hockey? I am a huge ice hockey fan. Do you watch the Flames? Please let me know. Sounds lovely, bro. Thanks, Leiden. Open Horizon, I'm a big fan of lab stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's some really interesting things in it. There's no what's the word? Pizzicato, which was what I was looking for, so I'll have to go somewhere else. Yeah, the PC specs. So the audio PC, this one, which is the one I'm streaming off, and also the one I'm gaming off, has a GTX 1060, and the other one is for video editing mostly, and I do kind of my game designing on that one as well. A lot of Unity stuff, some VR stuff, so that is running at 1070. They're both kind of old, but they're working fine. They're working fine. Don't ask me about the RAM. I can't remember. RAM's that kind of thing that you only know how much you have if you don't have enough of it. The computer starts complaining. I have watched hockey. Haven't been watching much recently. I do support the local Flames. Yeah, good team, the Flames. Not as good as the New York Rangers, but still good. I love hockey. When we were touring the States, we went to go see a few hockey games. And I was over in New York. I was in New York doing at a wedding, my best friend Ali White's wedding in New York, and we randomly went to go see a hockey game in Madison Square Garden, and I've been all over it ever since. Game design must take up a crazy amount of RAM. Not the kind of game design I do. Maybe I'm not very good at it. I suppose once you start building, I think I'm more of a I just build some gameplay ideas and then move on. I think if you're actually a game designer, which I don't have enough time to be, and you start building levels, I bet you it's tricky then. That's quite the introduction to see a game at MSG. Yeah, absolutely. And I was at the cheap seats too, which I highly recommend, because you're right at the back and you get the view of the whole audience. You get to see the Jumbotron, you get screens in front of you. But I think you get just the whole vibe of the place if you're up high at the cheap seats. We went to Buffalo twice, just kind of by accident with the band. We were just traveling through to beautiful Canada. I haven't been to game in years. Tickets can be quite expensive. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It was worth it for us because we traveled halfway across the world. So what's a couple of extra from us? But yeah, I bet if you're doing it regular, that's pretty tough. I got a similar PC at the moment. Hopefully I'll upgrade when the graphics card scene calms down again. Yeah, absolutely. It'll fall through the floor again, Jamie. What are you streaming? What games? I'll have to check out your channel. What will I use? BBC Symphony Orchestra. Does that have Pizzicato? Yeah, I love hockey. So we went to see 2 games in Buffalo. In fact, I dragged the band with me, and they're all big fans now too. We've got a Bruins supporter, Oilers. We've got Wild, Penguins, and the Red Wings. So we all hey, go Pizzicato. We all watch hockey late at night together, FaceTiming each other or taking wee videos, sending each other goals. The New York Rangers won 9-0 a couple of nights ago, so well, a few nights ago, so I was sharing quite a few goals that night. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. Sounds great. What have I not done? Oh, I need to choose. Cellos. I know, Oilers, what? Right? Right? Am I right? This is a cool big Alberta rivalry. Yes, there is indeed. In fact, I think all of the Canadian teams are pretty vicious. Tell you something. I thought that like the Islanders Rangers games were tough for the Devils, but see like the Canada games, my goodness. Take it seriously, yeah. Let's go pizzicato. I've got this problem with this. This keyboard has like a stone kind of thing here, and it's broken. So sometimes when I play it puts it back down. How annoying is that? So if I knock it, see? So I put this up. This is the velocity control, which is meant to be connected to this, and then when I hit it, it goes down. So, to get around that, I'll boost the volume of this. I'll leave that down just to get the notes, and then I'll put the volume down and put the dynamics back up. Find ways around everything. So I'm just going to go. Is that a bit of a tune? Let's try there.
The summer air by the seaside. The way it felt.
I'm not liking cello because I've got really nice piano notes there that is clashing with. So I try to go up high, but it's a cello obviously. So let's try the violins.
The summer air by the seaside.
I don't like it. It's too real. We don't need here's the situation. We don't need an orchestra doing it. We need one person doing it. We need to sound not perfect. So let's go to Contact. I think I have a solo one from Spitfire. This is where you want an actual fiddle player. That's what we need. I need one of my mates. Solo strings, that's what I'm looking for. Instruments, violin, legato, that's what I need. Oh, wrong contact. 5, that's the one we need. Suitcase drum solo. We'll do that in a wee while. We'll do that in a wee bit. Yes, what a cool dude she is. I was watching one of the streams back today. Everyone should check out her streams. Us fellow Islanders, you know, we got to stick together. I left and came back to an Oilers comment. What did I miss? So we have a big Flames supporter here, Abigail. I don't know if you've been watching any of the Flames games against your own team there. Did Iain not send over his Cajon track? No, he did not. Must have got lost. Got lost in the post. We're looking for instruments. There we go. So, might have the same problem here with the dynamics thing. Let's find out. So it's loading just now, but Ooh, she's loud. Dynamics down. Oh, wrong one. We need multi-mic because this one doesn't have a... It's legato, obviously, because that's what it says. No pizzicato. Oilers fan, Abigail Pride. Yep, she is. The biggest one around. There we go. So you can click pizzicato here. Way better. Sounds so much... Abigail up here? Or down here? Up or down? Or together? Sorry about that. Yeah, so you're a fan. That reminds me of something. What is that? Penguin Cafe Orchestra or something. Art. Whatever the guitar isn't. It's a good shout.
The summer air by the seaside.
I'm going to do it here. It's because the piano's up there. Do I want to take... Do you want to make... So this is a... Let's try just a close mic. I think that'd be more realistic. We don't want it to sound like it's a plug-in. So let's take the one that sounds a bit worse, but a bit closer.
The summer air by
Does it sustain? Sustain pedal doesn't do anything. So let's just go for it.
the summer air by the seaside. The way it fills our lungs. The fire burns in the night sky. This life will keep us young, will keep us young.
Back in, I'm just going to do the same.
And we will sleep by the ocean.
Let it roll round.
Our hearts will move with the tide. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving
That's where the vocal
away
tuning needs to be fixed.
to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Sorted. Sorted. Let's fix the vocal tuning while we're here. So what I would do is I would just...
I'm leaving home for the coastline,
I'm fine with everything apart from near the end here.
and we will sleep by the ocean.
Just little things like that. So this wasn't Iain's fault. The computer thought these were the same note. So so I keep the warble. This is how I like to do it to keep it transparent. Sometimes I just cut the note in the middle if it's a fading note.
The ocean,
And this is still a wee bit low in average. So there we
the
go.
ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide.
Now it'll seem a lot more, you'll hear a lot more glitches doing this than when it's in the mix. But it's kind of one of these things, once you hear it, you'll hear it.
And we will wake in the morning,
So it's just little things like that.
in the morning, and see the sun.
This is a blend up, but it just went a wee bit high.
The sun fill the sky.
That's what I was hearing. So I just went to the wrong note. See here, A flat is grayed out. It wouldn't have done that if I said stick to the key.
Sun fill the sky.
There you go, fixed. I think I'm going to be happy for the rest.
I'm moving far away.
I don't want to change too much because it's nice. The beauty's in the imperfections a lot of the time.
To our sun, to our,
That should be.
to our sunny place.
So this isn't Iain singing wrong. This is the tuning program picked up the notes wrong.
Where is this you? Where is this you and me? Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Apologies to the Hollow Coves fans. Paint not fill. Don't worry, Iain. We didn't even listen to the original, so no one knows. Shouldn't have said anything.
You know what I mean.
So this should stay up here, I think.
You know what I mean.
Nice. Follow Chris Mc what? Chris Mc Flip. The P is silent.
What I mean.
Do a flip. Okay, so that'll sort that out. Thank you very much for the follow. If anyone hasn't followed, please follow. Makes all the difference. Then we can be friends. I need commitment. I want commitment. Please click follow. Then we can do this all over again tomorrow. Let's listen to how the song sounds now. Let's just take it in, take a moment, let it breathe, and then I'm going to focus on the... Let's get rid of the click. We don't need that just now. Anyone has any suggestions, hit me up. I want to know what you think.
I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace that's under the sun. I feel my heart for the first time.
Time. Sorry, everyone.
For the first time.
Just a little low there in time.
I feel my heart for the first time. I feel my heart.
Very nice vocals,
for the
yeah, I
first
agree.
time.
He's good at singing, Iain.
And now I'm moving on. I'm moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of.
There's another. It's funny how you start hearing them once you hop in.
And there's a place that I've dreamed of.
There's little glitches.
Moving on. I'm moving on.
Interesting watching all this. Can't catch many streams because work hours clash. Yeah. However, Donio, every single one of my streams I'm uploading onto my YouTube channel, We Studio Tube. So yeah, you can pretend. Just hop on there, and you can send messages to me via text if you want. Pretend you're chatting to me.
And now I'm moving.
Very interesting to see how you work through it all. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, there's a lot of work.
I'm moving on. And
Listen to that, right without the vocals. The guitar and this. This is how important choosing your notes is. Choosing your notes and your phrasing is so important, and people just forget about it. They go, what chord you playing? Sound, I'll play that chord too. Now, because I chose a lower octave on my left hand in the guitar and a higher octave on my right hand in the guitar. It leaves all these notes that the guitar is playing just for the guitar. So that when we end up hitting at the same time, so watch this bit here when the guitar gets louder and I hit here. Can you hear that blend like a mother lover? Isn't that lovely? This is a class idea for a producer to do. I really like the concept of sharing the process of working on a track. This is the sort of thing I'll be thinking about all day on Wednesday when I'm recording with my band through in Edinburgh. Chris, tell us about your band. Please tell us about your band. This is what do you call it? This is a plug-friendly zone. I want to hear your band, and if you want to involve me in any of your things, I'd love to hear it. Only good vibes here. There is no bad bad suggestions here. I find the beauty and I direct to more beauty. All right, Open Horizon. I've enjoyed seeing everyone's different workflow and ideas through studying in college and from people on YouTube and such. Yeah, I do too. I mean, I love watching YouTube videos of people, big or small. This hasn't come to me by accident. Well, a lot of it has, but there's not very many opportunities to learn up here from anyone. And the internet was the key to me. I think I started back in 2001 with my father's mixing desk and Pentium 2 computer he'd put together, and I was firing some trad stuff down with me and my mate, and it kind of grew into this. But the really important stuff I learned was on the internet, YouTube videos or forums, My band are called Chris, Greg and the Merchants. I definitely love to work with you sometime for sure. Absolutely, man. Please get in touch. Send me some of your stuff when you're doing it. Have you got anyone you'd recommend checking out? I just read a book by a guy called Billy Decker, and he's really good at he's really interesting the way he has found a way to work quickly and confidently. Well, work confidently more than anything, but it makes it quicker. So he's got a template, and he's just put a book out describing the template and what it does. And even if you don't subscribe to the template exactly as is, he gives the reasons why he's doing it, and that increased my performance straight away. That I was like, oh, that's a good idea, I'm going to start doing that. That's a good idea, I'll start doing that. And he's even got things like, I like this plugin, I just put it onto number 3 every single time, and it works every single time, and I use it a lot now, and I use it at that setting, and I go, yeah, that does warm everything up. So Billy Decker's amazing. Dave Pisano, if you've got a lot of time, man, that's a wealth of knowledge. But then there's Chris Lord Algie. He's got loads of stuff online. There's just so much. There's so much. I mean, what I recommend is don't shy away from people because they don't have a big name. You can learn something off everyone, and just use your own ear. If they're telling you to do something and they do it and it sounds worse, don't do that one. But yeah, there's so much to learn. So yeah, we're listening through. So I think I did an okay job. I think I made this slightly better, not slightly worse.
And there's a place that I've dreamed of.
The reverb's made a huge difference on the original vocals, and this EQ here has changed.
I hear the sounds of the season.
See here how muffled it was before, and then after. That's I mean, I'm mixing with my headphones just now, which I would never do, but for you guys' benefit, innit?
I hear the sounds of the season.
That in is out. Let's have a listen.
I hear the sounds of the season.
Just flows down a bit too slow. Gets there in the end.
Sounds of the season and lose all sense of time.
So the synth comes in now.
I'm moving far away.
Oh, yeah, it's in the middle.
To a sunny place.
going to take some power out of it.
Feels like we're in
Just
a dream.
Help the guitar survive.
You know what I mean.
Everyone's focused on the guitar. I don't want to steal it.
The summer air by the seaside, the way it fills our lungs.
So that this,
The summer.
these are clashing. So let's put it in the same place. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the left to the right and the right to the left. There. Now it's got space. So a lot of the meat in the piano is on the left hand because that's how it's panned. The left hand of the piano goes to the left speaker and the right hand of the piano goes to the right speaker. That's just kind of how keyboards work. And that's how it would work if you mic'd a piano like that. Now I just noticed with the pizzicato there that the low end was kind of to the left too. So really quickly I put the left channel to the right channel and the right channel to the left channel, and I found loads of space. So this was before. And then this is after. It just goes right over there. Just does this thing somewhere else. You go hang out. Basically they were sitting on top of each other and you're like, no. You go hide back there and it'll give me a stereo, a nice viewing of everything. And it's a bit too meaty for me too. So I'm going to take some low end out of this. Now I'm just kind of, normally I'd fly through loads of different plugins, but I'm just sticking to ones that are easy to see what's going on just now. So you can see there's loads of low end here. That's what I'm getting rid of.
Will keep us young.
I just want it to be a tiny flavor. I don't want it to be like a whole thing.
And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the day. And we will wake in the morning.
But everything is supporting that guitar. If that guitar goes, you'd miss it. Listen.
Sky. I'm moving far away.
Now the guitar gets a bit loud here. And there's a frequency here I don't like when it gets played differently. So let's check that out. It's like a ooh, ooh, ooh. I think it's this one. Hear it now? Let's clean that up. I'm just going to take the sub stuff out too because we'll let the synth do that. So that frequency was just the strings that he wasn't hitting. He was just palm muting, but it was giving a wee do note that was out of tune with the rest.
Sky. I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Cool. Sounding good. So yeah, let's put some drums in. Let's put some drums in. Very nice track. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it, Chris? So this came about. Iain just messaged me and said, I really like this song. What do you think? And he just played it. I think you might have a future in this music thing. Yes, I'm trying my hardest, young cousin, trying my hardest. So he sent me the track over Facebook Messenger, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Record it properly, send it over, and this is where we are. So drums. Let's make a new channel. Stereo. Instrument track and drums. So this is going to be just kick and snare with all the high end taken out and reverb added to taste. Again, we want to support the rhythm of the guitar. We don't want to be as powerful as it, and we don't want to replace it. I definitely don't want to replace it. So what instrument would be good for this? We could just go for a normal acoustic drums and just mess with them Or we could go for like a drum machine type thing, which I think I'm going to do. Because then you get the low end subby stuff. And I don't want it to sound good to start with, because I want to mess with it. And normally acoustic drums sound great, and you're bringing it down. Double kick. Couldn't agree more. Time to get this party started. Am I right, Chris? When you work with this kind of software, you're just waiting for it to crash all the time. There, okay. So, native instruments thing, just got loads and loads of drums here. Loads and loads of kits. So I'm looking for like an 808 kind of thing. 808 tuned. See what that sounds like. So, haha, Lynn drums. Maybe Sean. I wanted to be a bit more hip hop. This guy's a bit more modern than us. Lynn drum if you wanted to sound kind of more real. We wanted to sound really electronic. So, where's the snares? Oh, okay. Snares in this one, maybe? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, I'm gonna find where these are. That's it. That's all we need. But we're gonna mess with this. So this is in this channel here. First thing I'm gonna do is pull in a filter. We can just make one and an EQ. Come on, Iain, give us the cajon. This is my entire life in higher music. The only sound I liked in the keyboards was the drums. Half an hour and get you the cajon track with the sound of like electricians in the background eating lunch. So where was I? So to make a filter, you just put the high end like that and pull it down. I'll put it up a bit so you can hear it better. And you can do that to make it, well, whatever you wanted to do. That's what I want. And we're going to distort it. So there's loads of different ways you can distort it. You can put it through a guitar amp. You can put it through a preamp and just ram it up. You should sack the software and just redo the song in Sibelius. just like the old days. I'm sure I've got an old General MIDI keyboard hiding upstairs somewhere. So harmonic. I'm gonna go for Decapitator. This is a really powerful one. Sound Toys are an amazing company. Get the Sound Toys bundle if you're into sound design or into messing stuff up. I use a lot of their delays, distortions, saturations. Alter Boy's great for doing funky things with your voice. If it loads, like. Have you watched any Orthopilot on Twitch? No. I'm kind of new on Twitch, Jamie. I've been watching the big boys for a few years, like Limmy and Lando and people like that. But I've never really delved any deeper, to be honest. So yeah, any suggestions of cool Twitch people and what they do, I'll be all over that. Is this crashed? He's a musician. I find the musician one's hard to watch because I get jealous. No, I'm kidding. Collective sigh, everybody. So wait till I build this back up. Get Pro Tools back on the go. All we need to do is get drums, get a wee mix in, Get it sent to Iain. Everyone's happy. Everybody's happy. So the reason I have two machines a lot of the time is I'll multitask. So I'll have a job working with music and I'll have a job working with video. I don't know the technical terms, but he is a looper. Yeah, you can loop. So when Pro Tools is crashing, that's how it's said. Absolutely. Yeah, 10 points, Jamie, 10 points. If Pro Tools crashes, I hop over to the other computer and start working in Premiere. And then when that crashes, I'll hop back over to Pro Tools. Just the way of the world, boys. So what is it? Autopilot. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, little cousin. That's Twitter. To mash the keypad. Wow, that was loud. To the follow. Oh, that's nice. Wow, nice setup. What is that? It's got the rolling drum kit there. What's all this stuff? I think it's a Neumann U87. It's very relaxing. It's very nice. I love musicians that are so comfortable, you know. Makes you comfortable too. Are these mixing desks? Or is that the loops? Fab. What a legend. I'll check it out later. Okay, Pro Tools is loading. Pro Tools is loading. So I'm hoping to get this done. I'm hoping to get this done before 5. That'd be a nice collection of hours for a nice project. Are we thinking like no now vibes for the drums? Yeah, absolutely, Iain. That's exactly what I'm going for. So sometimes you do stuff that works and you aim back for it. So this is similar to what we did earlier in another track that Iain's going to be releasing in his album in the next few months. So yeah, Iain Wilson, check him out. Check him out. In fact, can I put his links onto the chat? Since he's been here chatting to us all day, letting us work on his stuff very publicly for the crack. He's trying to get to 1,000 likes on Facebook. So hop on, say hello. On daddy duties as the nursery is closed because of the COVID scare. Yeah, heard about that. Tongue one, yeah. Evie had her first taste of Sonic 2 today. Let's listen to Sonic 2. What was the first level in Sonic 2 called? What was the first level? Emerald Hill, that's the one. Wow. So here's a wee bit of every time I hear this music. Have you heard the guy that does the vocal versions of the levels? Yeah, absolutely. The squares all around. What's his name? There he is.
Google helps you know how local businesses are.
There he is. Yeah, so there was a magazine, a gaming magazine, and if you completed they had like competitions to complete the first level as quickly as you could. And the person who who was top, did it in 13 seconds or something, and I did it in 12. Took a photo, got the photo developed, and then sent it in. And then the next episode, the next edition of that magazine came out, and it was just everyone had 12. This is sick. Imagine the amount of work to get that done. He deserves every single one of those views. Just so much harder than you think. Even though it looks hard. How would you do it? Download the MIDI and listen to one part at a time. Yeah, that's impressive, huh? Okay, we're in, finally. I love it when he brings his cat out, yeah. The reoccurring cat. Do you have a cat, Toby? You seem like you'd be a cat person. Not in a bad way. Okay, here we are. We're back in it, boys and girls. Back in it. Okay. Okay, so we weren't too far from where we were. So I'm going to pull in the EQ. I'm going to have filter going on. Just a high cut. Or as we call it in the industry, a loop pass. And I wanted to come in here.
You know what I mean.
Seems loud.
The summer air by the seaside, the way it fills.
So I need to follow the guitar. So he's doing down, down, down. So he's doing 3 down, so I'll do, I can do a down, up, up. It's more like drum machine sound. I like cats, no pets myself. I like other people's pets. Yeah, good shot. So, down, down, up, or down, up, up. I think I'll go down, up, up, because that's what my heart wanted to do at the beginning. At the beginning, and I'm going to put some reverb on it now. Bus number 1. If I solo the reverb, I can have a listen too. What difference reverb makes, huh? Down, up, up. Yeah, good shout. So this is it without reverb. And this is it with. Cool, huh? I'm going to put it a wee bit too loud so it's easy for me to play along. And I'm going to put the guitar a wee bit too loud too, because I want to follow the guitar more than the click. Because if Iain slightly went off the guitar, I'm going to be with him. He's soloed. That's not helpful.
By the seas, know what I mean.
This is a fab camera just to watch 2 notes there.
The summer air by the seaside, the way it fills our lungs. The fire burns in the night sky. This life will keep us young, will keep us young.
Pull it back in. What do you reckon?
And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving
Good shout.
far away
Good shout, Darren.
to a sunny place.
gonna have to change that.
It's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Okay, it's fine up to, well, first of all, I'm going to go in and there was a couple of, see, what's good in Pro Tools is you've got the velocity here, and I can see where I didn't hit it hard enough. So just bring it up. Did 2 notes there. Shouldn't have, so bring this up. Give it a, just kind of want steady volumes. So it messes up in the chorus, I think.
Move with the day. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky.
Now, I think I'm just slightly early every time. So I'm just going to pull up the whole thing back, just slip it like that.
The summer air by the seaside.
Maybe split the difference.
The summer air by the seaside. The way it fills our lungs.
So I'm going to do that, but at the same time, I'm going to go to grid and watch this. And if there's any that feel off, I'm going to put them to the grid, see if that feels better.
The summer air by the seaside.
Like that one.
Summer air by the seaside. Air by the seaside. The way it
There's other stuff going on too, like the fiddle might be slightly out, or the piano.
the fire burns.
I don't want it to be perfect, but I don't want anything to be distracting either. Okay, so far so good.
And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving far away.
That's all rubbish. Sorry if that's loud.
The sky.
I'm going to do kick, 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 kick. There's something I have to do here so I don't override. Transport. Nope. There. I have to click this. Could a light symbol take you back in the gap like a roll, if you get me? Like whoosh. Is that what you mean?
I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Okay, that was way quieter. I don't know why. Sort that out. Shush your mush. Will I sort out your velocity? Okay, you can draw the velocity. You can just do this. See if that suits. Might need to be a bit louder.
Sky. I'm moving far away.
Seem to be slightly out to Iain. Why am I slightly out to Iain? Just rushing. I was just rushing. I was excited. So I'm going to see if I just... Bow. I'm going to see if I quantize these. So that'll put it on the beat. Maybe not that many beats. Let's try 8.
I'm moving far away.
That's better, huh?
To a sunny
I'm going to take the really low sub out of this.
where it's just
Tighten it up.
you and
Right, Mr. Brun. Let's get that tambourine. Stereo instrument track tamb. I could go get one and just do it through the mic. But where's the fun in that, right? That would involve getting up. That's not happening just now. Contact. Let's go for a really simple. Who's got a tambourine for me? Who's got a tambourine? Can you? Just want a really simple one. Super Nintendo one. I don't think so. Let's just try the normal library. Percussion. Tambourine 1. Bingo. A whole plugin for tambourine. Ah, can do loads of stuff. Sounds like a snake. Let's try this one. Weird. That does different on and off. Check it out. Do any of these sound like a tambourine to you? That's close enough. Doesn't sound horrible. We'll do that and then we'll put our own reverb on it. Wow. Who knew a tambourine was so expressive?
You know what I mean.
So just in the second one.
This summer air by the seaside.
Cool.
The way it fills our lungs.
This won't be so loud.
Burns in the night sky. This life will keep us young. Will keep us young. And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the tide. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving far away
Then I'm going to put the tambourine with the snare near the end here.
to a sunny place
Here we go.
where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Cool. I'm happy. Needs more reverb, I think.
We will sleep by the ocean.
And lowered.
We will sleep by the ocean.
More high end.
We will sleep.
So I'm going to EQ it so it's got its own space. So I'm going to put more sizzle high end and take out a lot of the meat at the bottom, just like that.
And we will sleep by the ocean.
Even more.
Our hearts will move with the tide.
There we go. It's far too much, but
We will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving
so Toby, what I'm going to do is see this tambourine here with the reverb. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to commit. And what'll that do? It'll change the tambourine from a virtual instrument to an audio thing like this. See? Then I'm just going to take one of them, copy it, make a new channel, call it Tam rise. So it's going to be tambourine. It's going to rise. Thank you very much. I'll borrow that. We'll put it in here. Now, where's that gap? It's here. So I'm going to reverse this. Audio Suite, other reverse. Render. Now that tambourine hit is backwards. Let's have a listen. Okay. Now that's obviously way too short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to turn this square standard thing for pulling in and out. I'm going to change it so that it changes the time. So when I pull this out, it'll stretch the whole thing in a really horrible, ugly way that we're going to use to our benefit. Let's put this back in case I forget. So let's listen to this. See what you think. It's pretty electronic, but we're going to get rid of the high end, same as the drums. And we're going to put so much reverb in there, it won't know it hit it. Do you like it? Do you like it? Talk to me. Did you hear it? I like that. It's kind of signifier of the percussion changing. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Nailed it, didn't I? Very cool. Sick. And then it's back. It's like somebody who ever's played this instrument has played a blinder. So let's go from here to here. So let's do the drums too. Let's do just a percussion solo. Reverb changes everything. And wait for it. Huh? Cool, huh? That's better than getting a sample. Well, it was a sample, but it's better than just getting a reverse cymbal sample. It's like much more authentic. Messed up. That's what I'm talking about. That's the good stuff right there. So, let's do a quick mix. Really quick mix. So vocals, love. So I do a lot of mixing in Slate digital stuff, virtual mix rack. I kind of make my what do you call it, templates and stuff there, my presets, save my own. The reason I do that is it's got lots of plugins together I like, and I just like the plugins. They just seem to do a lot when you do them, when you need them to, or they're subtle when you need them to. A lot of other plugins I use a lot, but for one thing, like they're one trick ponies, or they're only good at one thing. That's what I use it for. Like, okay, this one's great in guitar, but I would never use it on anything else. Whereas the Slate ones, I use them on a lot of things. It's just nice to have a package that you go to, I think. But I could mix with anything, honest to God. Like if I was using any company stuff, we'd get there. It would sound different, but would it sound better or worse? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's good to know what it sounds like. It's good to know, this sounds like it needs this. I can do that by doing this, because that's what I did the other time when I did this. And just like anything else, you get used to knowing what you're hearing, and you get used to knowing how to get it to what you want to be hearing. If it loads. If it loads. And this, once we mix this, I'll put a couple of things on the master bus. Maybe a bit of EQ. I'll probably run it through some vintage compressors. Maybe, Maybe a tape emulator might suit this song. Get it warm. And put it through I like putting it through a multi-band compressor. I like Wave C4. I use that quite a lot. I've always used that. It just seems to get a finished sound for me. In fact, I might put the C4 in the drums as well. Let's see what's up with this computer. She's struggling today. Okay, restart the program. I'll take this opportunity to have a wee chat with everybody. Did you have a fun day? Thank you for hanging out in the stream. This has been the best stream yet, I think, in terms of numbers and people chatting. What's everybody having for dinner? Is that what's on people's mind? Monday night dinner. Let's listen to some tunes while Pro Tools reloads. So this is some Face the West. This is from congrats on the 50 followers. Yeah, thanks so much. Haven't had lunch yet. It's almost 11 a.m. The time difference. Has the time changed in Canada? Do you do daylight savings? The only reason I know that is I'm watching hockey at 11 p.m. But I know soon it's going to change to midnight. Or has it just changed? When we change. Yeah. So you changed last weekend. That's why I've been watching hockey at 11, but ours changes soon, so it'll go back to midnight. Keep asking my boss for dinner, but he's been having none of it. Yeah, Donny, been there. I know the feels. Another great stream, Keith. Love being the process when you go through the tracks. Cool. Yeah, feedback is great. Let me know what you're enjoying, and there'll be more of it, obviously. This has been so therapeutic for me as well. I mean, I've been working in these 3 rooms all by myself for the last year, and that's not normal for me. I'm very social. I'm normally with a band or my family or a client 100% of the time. In fact, when I'm driving home by myself, it's always a strange moment for me. So it's been a year in my own head. So eating early so I can do a singing stream. Toby, I will be all over that, man. Like, happy days. I've got you. I've clicked the button so I get an alert every time you come online. So if I'm not getting dragged about by children, I'll hop on. This was great to chill to. Good. Enjoying the stream. Thank you, Leiden. Thanks for hopping on again, my friend. So I'd love to know who, apart from the people I know personally, where are people from? Canada's my furthest. That's cool. I enjoy watching the creative process of others. Well, you have come to the right place. We do nothing but creativity here. Trying our very best to avoid hard work. Well, not hard work. This is hard work, right? Trying our very best to enjoy actual work. Yeah, if we don't talk too much, don't take it as a negatives, because it's very chill to follow the process. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. You ought to be, yeah. I'm allowed over the cattle grid in Ness. My father's from Ness, as you know. I'm watching from Sutherland, over the water. Hear that solo? Jane Hepburn. Sick, right? That's a fiddle. I always wonder how someone creative knows when they are done. Normally when Pro Tools crashes so many times, and then you're like, right, I'm going for dinner. Similar to this. Gonna send you some silly ideas in the next few days, man. Yeah, fab. So Leiden's an incredible accordion player that's recorded here recently, everyone. So keep your eye on him. He keeps reminding me he's from up the road from me. Yeah, he keeps reminding me to Taramodaham was my grandfather, his father. I hear it every time I'm in Ness. It's like they have to keep reminding themselves that this guy that doesn't have a proper job and long hair actually belongs. So they have to keep reminding themselves that I'm grandfathered in literally from blood. So I'll be streaming some Face the West stuff. I'm not keeping it secret anymore. I have been keeping stuff I'm working on completely secret and then releasing it to absolutely nobody. So this is a change of tact. Probably about 90% done with the Face the West album. So yeah, I'm just going to start showing it from that point on. Hop on, watch me tune instruments, watch me get timing perfect, watch me change the backing of everything. So that's the vibes from now on, in between days of some gaming and chatting, and I'm sure once things open up we can start doing like some gigs. In studio gigs would be cool, because look at this, we've got separate cameras now, so we can do anything. We can have some people in different rooms chatting away, playing some music. It'd be nice to like have a recording session, going through scratch tracks. What sort of stuff you gaming? Well, I'm trying to stay kind of retro. I don't want to fight with the big games that are busy, that everyone's streaming. So I mean, my heart's in retro games anyway. I've got all the old consoles. So a couple of streams ago, we were going through old Mega Drive games, Super Nintendo games, NES games, and I started Skyrim because it's a game I've never started, and I just wanted to get to have that adventure, but I didn't want to. I wanted to do it properly through my whole life. Well, since it came out 10 years ago. Could stream FP1 in Bahrain on Friday if I'm allowed. Don't know if I'm allowed. You know what? I could probably have it on here while I'm chatting to you. Lots of followers from home and the interwebs. Cool. So yeah, here we're back in. So I'm gonna avoid slate plugins just now. I'm just gonna stick to normal ones. So the 1176 is my favorite compressor. I use it all the time, and it's not got much to it. You've got input, output. This is stupid. It's just to give a hiss. So you can choose Bluey or Blackie. I choose Blackie because it's the one I have, so I'm kind of used to it. And the attack and the release basically means how quickly does it start compressing and how quickly does it stop compressing. And the ratio is like how much it crunches it. With vocals, I like to, depends on the track obviously, I like to get pumping around like -5, -3, and I put it like there and there. All the way left, all the way right. Sometimes I go here and here if it needs to be more aggressive, but I'll put it like that and like that. Sometimes it misses some P's and Q's and stuff, but I'll put another compressor afterwards to catch them.
I feel my heart for the first time, and now I'm moving on, I'm moving on.
Nice and simple.
And there's a place that I've dreamed of.
I'm going to leave it like that. It's really hard for me to hear the bass, whether I like it or not, because I'm on headphones. So that's what I'm struggling with the most. I'm just going to give that a wee bit more high end. We're just going to do a really simple mix here. So you can hear when I pop up the frequencies, you get in different parts of the piano. Just want a wee bit more clarity.
To a sunny place.
So I don't like the 1176 on a piano. I think it catches it too much. You can hear it's on air. So I'm going to put the 2A, which seems to be a bit slower. don't want to do too much compressing on that.
You know what I mean. This summer air
Piano sounds good with a compressor, huh? And I'm going to pull over the same compressor I used on the vocals for the guitar.
by the seaside.
Now, I don't want the compressor to touch the guitar until it gets to this loud part here.
The sky.
Just tiny, tiny amounts.
I'm moving far away
There you go, now it's pulling it down. I might get it.
to that sunny place.
So then when it goes loud, I don't want it distracting, but I'm actually just going to turn the volume down on it. But I'm going to turn the input down. So I'm going to press B to cut it. And then I've got this here. And you can turn the volume up and down using this, which turns the volume down before it goes through the plugins. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it down a tiny bit.
The sky.
Just do a crossfade in case it clicks. And then let's listen to...
This summer air by the seaside.
Let's get a bit more meat in that drum. I'm just going to use the same.
The way it fills our lungs. The fire burns in the night sky. This life will keep us.
So I was talking about Billy Decker before. One of the plugins he said to use was a clip plugin, which takes the top and the bottom off the waveform. Simple plugin, but he goes to light number 3. That's what he says. So let's listen.
Will keep us young.
There we go. Now I can turn the overall volume down. I'll get the muscle with it.
And we will sleep by the ocean.
I'm finding the guitar is nice and clear, but it's distracting now.
Feels like we're in
I'm just going to take a wide thing of the... Maybe I'll do it dynamic.
This summer air by the sea.
There you go. That's really nice. It helps it blend.
The way it fills our lungs. The fire burns in the night sky.
So I'm just going to EQ the...
Keep us
That's a bit loud. I'm going to EQ the tambourine now. I don't want any of this stuff. I only want this high stuff. So I'm just going to cut it all out.
and we will sleep by the ocean.
There we go. Sizzly.
Our hearts will move with the day.
Nice, huh?
And we will wake in the morning and see the sun.
The only thing I'm not hearing now is
The sky.
this guy. So let's pop the compressor on it. There we go. It appears.
To a sunny place.
So now I'm kind of liking the level of the instruments, but I've forgotten about where the vocals are. I might give the vocals just a wee boost.
Feels like we're in a dream.
Now I'll definitely balance up the vocals to the instruments without headphones on to get perfect, but we'll go with it just now.
And there's a place that we will wake in the morning.
I'm going to put one more compressor on the vocal. I just needed to cut through. I needed to have more meat, to more aggression. I'm going to put Arvox. This is an old Waves plugin. It looks different now. It looked ugly before. And I'm just going to put it through this because it does loads of stuff, like it saturates it or something. It's a really, really common plugin to use.
I'm leaving home for the coastline. Someplace this under the sun.
Nice.
I feel my heart for the first time.
Now I've got this. This is a multi-band compressor, which is basically 4 compressors for low all the way up to high. And I've got this default preset here I put on things, drums and the master bass.
This summer air by the seaside. The way it fills our lungs.
That's really handy to check if
The fire burns in the night sky.
I've been an absolute mental head with low end, which I have.
Sun, fill the sky. I'm moving
So I see how this is it pulling down the sub stuff. This is it pulling down the low mid stuff. So I also put this on the master bus.
where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know I'm
Now this seems like it's affecting it too much. So what I need to do is lower the volume going into here, and I just do that with a master fader. This is the volume going in, not the volume going out.
our hearts will move with the day. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun
Gain staging.
fill the sky.
Now I've done all that, and there's a frequency I don't like on the snare that's appeared.
By the ocean, our hearts will move with the day. And we will wake in the morning
It's better.
and see the sun filled by the ocean. Our hearts will move with the day.
Okay. So then, the Slate plugins have the subtle pick stuff in the back works really well with everything around it. Wasn't sure of it at first, but it blends so well. Yeah, and you've also got to be ruthless sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work, and you might put your heart and soul into it and spent an hour working on it. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses. That's hard. That's hard to do, especially when you're on your own and you've done technically nothing for an hour because you just deleted what you did. So, hopefully this doesn't crash. This is me putting in some heavy duty plugins. Oh, don't crash. We'll give it some time. We'll give it some time. But this is the last thing we've got to do. Just going to put these plugins in, and then I'm going to compress the whole track with this, and then I'm going to put a limiter on it, which raises the whole volume without it distorting, without it going above what it's allowed to. And voila, that's it, ready for Iain's video. And what I think I'll do is, it's really handy that I was here recording this with that, because I can get Iain's, so Iain will play along with the video, so it looks like he recorded it with, and it sounded like this. So he'll do that, send it to me, and then I'll take the pieces out of me playing the parts that I actually recorded, and I can put them on. But I'd really like to get a finished thing. But it's no big shakes if we can't. What I can do is, because I probably have a little listen to it without headphones on, and go, oh my goodness, never mix with headphones on, and give it a tweak. Are you planning on setting up your Twitch as a full affiliate? Setting up subscribers and that? Yeah, maybe. Maybe Toby, maybe. The aim of this is to generate some cool work. So the main aim isn't the income this might bring or not. This is to get real connections with real people that will go to a gig, will buy a record, will book studio time, will hire me to do anything, will collaborate, anything like that. If you need a hand with any of that, let me know. Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's loaded. So yeah, I mean, the main aim is to invite people into the business, invite people into my life. There's no point in me doing so much work and then a product comes out and no one feels emotionally involved with it. But if you've been here from the start, you're going to, like, when this video comes out, you're all going to hop onto it and have a listen just to see what the final mix was like, see what the video was like on top of it. And you'll feel like, you played a part in it. Some of you did. Some of you told me what to do. So this is all for us. So when I'm mastering, this is technically mastering in the mastering channel. Normally I would bounce it out into a stereo track, especially if it's an EP or an album, and I put them together and I'll work from fresh, just from that stereo, come in with fresh ears, not as soon as I mixed it, all that stuff. But just because it's for a video, it's not that essential that it needs to be absolutely perfect. We can just fire on. And I need to go to the loudest part of the track, which is kind of here. Let's start from here. So this is 3 different compressors emulations. And what I like to do is take 1 dB or so off on each of them. So 3 compressors compressing a tiny bit just to get the color of each one. You probably take your headphones off and change it all. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll make no apologies for that also. But I think I'm mostly there. So that's it. Kicking at 1. So the ratio is important as well. So all of the ratios we used in the compressors and mixing are at 4. It's the lowest it goes. And we're only going like 2.5 here. So it's just gently, gently, gently.
Where is just you and me?
And
Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
cool.
A sunny place where it's just
Now I'm hearing that sub. That sub is getting the compressor, so I'm going to pull the low end of the sub down.
you and me.
So it's more transparent. It's just these headphones aren't translating like my sub under my table would be. And finally, I'm going to put a limiter on it. The limiter I use is this one, Fab Filter, but it's complex. I mean, there's lots going on. So I'm just going to do the waves one, which is like kind of a one knob thing, just to show you. So that's basically threshold and the volume out.
Feels like we're in
Now this gets louder, so I'm going to pull the main volume down.
a dream. You know what I mean. We're waking
So this is how much it's taking it down.
to the sun.
You only want that just tickling.
Fill the sky.
This is an important part of the plugin. So when bands go, hey, I want mine louder than theirs, this is what does it. You can just push that down and go to town on it. But we only want it tickling it, so it's at the right volume, not louder than anything, ruining the dynamic range. Okay, and one final thing is this quantize. I'm working in 24 bits, but like on CD and stuff, it's at 16 bits. You can't really hear an audible difference when listening, well, compared to recording. And that's it. So let's have a listen back, everyone. Please let me know what you think. The final listen today, until I take my headphones off. So this is Iain's fault. He didn't send me the whole thing. So let's blend it in.
I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace that's under the sun. I feel my heart for the first time, and now I'm moving on, I'm moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of, where I can free my mind. I hear the sounds of the season and lose all sense of time. I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean. The summer air by the seaside, the way it fills our lungs. The fire burns in the night sky. This life will keep us young, will keep us young. day. And we will wake in the morning and see the sun fill the sky. I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
Okay, what do we all think? Don't turn your microphone on with your speakers on. You get feedback. So yeah, that's it. As soon as I took the headphones off, everything was way too bright. Which is what you expect. You don't hear properly on headphones. But I got pretty close, I think. I got pretty close. And it's a nice experiment to mix in headphones. It's something I would never normally do because why would I? Why would I put myself through that if I didn't need to? But a couple of little tweaks and we're there. The guitar was just too bright. The vocals were too bright. And the sub was too powerful. This just does these headphones are incredible, right? These are Sennheiser 600 HDs. They are what I love about them is they're open backed, so you forget you're wearing them. They sound transparent, but they just don't replicate as well as speakers in a room. They just can't. Class dudes, really like it. Really sounds good. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Well, that is that. That is my stream. 3 hours and 23 minutes. 3 hours and 24. Where on earth did that time go? What's your favourite part? I think my favourite part here is Toby's suggestion with this.
And we will sleep by the ocean.
Unreal. That sounds cool as anything. Yeah, so it's been an absolute pleasure. I'll be back on tomorrow, probably the same time. Round about 2 o'clock is good for me because I get lots of work I need to get done before 5. So I rock through that in the morning. And it gives me time to get some lunch and then hang out with you dudes. So if you're up for it, I'm up for it. We'll figure something else out fun to do. I'll put it on the socials what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you very much for all your follows. Thank you for joining. And yeah, please let your friends know. And I will say hello to all of you tomorrow. It's been chill. It's been a vibe. So yeah, later, Gator. Be well. Be kind to each other.